Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking through a couple player props I like over on Prizepicks for the Week 1 Monday Night Football game. We got Week 1 closing out on Monday night with the game between the Jets and the 49ers. I'm excited to watch this one. We'll get to see Aaron Rodgers back in a Jets uniform. Hopefully, he'll have a full, healthy season this season. We all know what happened last season with him getting injured, 3-4 plays into the season. But yeah, we got a game on Monday night, guys, to close out Week 1. I've got some player props I like over on Prizepicks for this game. 2 plays that we're going to talk about, that we're going to break down and share why I like. Now, before we do get started, make sure you guys hit that like button down below if you do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. Also, if you guys are new to Prizepicks and if you don't have a Prizepicks account, be sure to sign up. Use promo code NOAH. When you place your first lineup, you'll instantly get $50 in promo funds added to your account. So sign up, make a deposit, use code NOAH. Even if you deposit just $10, put in a $5 lineup for tonight's game, and even if you lose that $5 lineup, Prizepicks is going to give you $50 in promo funds that you can then use towards additional lineups for maybe Thursday night or Sunday or whenever you want to use it. But definitely check out Prizepicks, guys, if you have not yet. And again, make sure to use that promo code NOAH when you do sign up for Prizepicks. Now, we got 2 props to talk about for Monday night, guys. Hopefully, we can hit both these plays for Monday night. Week 1 was a disaster for me. I got my butt kicked in Week 1. Did not have a good week, but we got another game and another slate to kind of break down, and hopefully we can find some winners for this game tonight. Now, as always, guys, for these primetime games, when we only have one game, don't go crazy. There are definitely a lot of props, even though it's just only one game, but I would recommend definitely playing lighter on these primetime games just because you don't have as much to choose from. But I did find 2 props I like, a prop on the Jets side and then a prop on the 49ers side, and we're going to break down these plays. So the first prop that I'm liking for tonight is a fantasy score prop. Now, for those of you that are maybe new to Prizepicks, if you don't know what fantasy score is, it's fantasy football scoring system. You can click scoring chart right here, and you can see how fantasy score is calculated. Very self-explanatory. Prizepicks, their fantasy score, it is full PPR, so you do get a point per reception. And there's a fantasy score line that I think is a little bit low for Monday night, and that's Breece Hall. I like Breece Hall for more than 15.5 fantasy score. So Breece Hall is a very valuable fantasy running back just because he has a huge workload. We saw last season really pretty much especially to end the season, but even at the beginning of the season, when Hall was healthy, he was getting a ton of opportunity. He was getting a ton of carries. He was also getting usage in the passing game. So Hall is locked into a true kind of bell cow role. And if you look at the depth at this running back position for the Jets, I mean, the Jets did draft a running back. They drafted Braylon Allen out of Wisconsin, but he was a 4th-round pick. He's expected to be the backup running back behind Breece Hall. And then they have Israel Abanikanda. Don't know how to exactly say his last name. He hasn't really gotten a ton of opportunity in the NFL yet. They have some other guys, too, on their roster. But this is definitely a backfield that belongs to Breece Hall. Breece Hall is going to be the guy getting a lot of the usage, a lot of the carries, and again, he's a guy that gets pass game usage as well. And you can just look at his projections for tonight. You can see he's projected for, what? You look at his yards problem, he's projected for 65.5 rush yards. He's projected for 25.5 receiving yards. So that gives him about 9 fantasy points just from yards alone. And then you got to factor in receptions. Breece Hall can catch 5-6 passes. He's got a 4 receptions prop. Remember, on Prizepicks, you get a point per reception. So if Breece Hall catches 5, 6, 7 passes, I mean those are huge because you get a point for each one of those receptions. There's definitely a scenario where Breece Hall doesn't even score a touchdown, but still gets 15.5 fantasy score because he could get 70 rush yards and he could get 5 catches for 40 yards, and that would put him at 16 fantasy points, and that is definitely in the range of outcomes for Breece Hall. But what I really like here is just the role for Breece Hall. He's been a very good fantasy running back when he's been healthy. Coming into the season fully healthy, he dealt with injuries his first season, got injured towards ACL, but then last season, especially to end the season last year, he was fully healthy, looked really good. You can see by his game log, he finished the season really strong, had some really big games. And now the Jets have Aaron Rodgers healthy again. So this Jets offense should definitely be better moving the ball down the field. Now that they do have Aaron Rodgers, they should definitely be able to put up more points this season as well. I mean, this Jets offense was terrible last season with Zach Wilson at quarterback. So big quarterback upgrade. I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers is he's not obviously the same guy that he used to be, but he's definitely better than Zach Wilson, I think. And Rodgers with him at quarterback should be able to help this Jets offense move the ball down the field, put up some points, and Breece Hall should get plenty of opportunity on the ground in the pass game, and he should get potential for touchdowns too, because anytime the Jets get near the goal line, you expect Breece Hall to be the guy getting those carries, getting those red zone opportunities, getting those touches near the goal line, which obviously can mean touchdowns. So expecting big-time volume here for Breece Hall. Like him for more than 15.5 fantasy scores. Definitely think this line is probably a few points too low. I think I like this up to like 17.5. I think at 15.5, this over looks pretty good. So that's the first prop that I do like for tonight, guys. And then the other prop that I like to pair with it on the 49ers side is going to be a targets prop. So for targets, you can actually, or on Prizepicks, you can actually take whether you think a player has more or less than a certain number of targets. So you can kind of bet on who you think is going to either get a lot of volume or is not going to get a lot of volume based on their projection. And there's a targets line that I think is a bit low, and it's Deebo Samuel. It's 6 targets. I do like Deebo Samuel for more than 6 targets. So we can just kind of take a look at the 49ers projections. You have Deebo at 6 targets, you have George Kittle at 5.5, and you have Brandon Ayuk at 7. Well, if we take a look at their receptions lines, Deebo's at 4.5 receptions, Ayuk's at 4 receptions, George Kittle is at 4 receptions. So Deebo Samuel has the highest reception prop of all the 49ers receivers, or pass catchers, I should say, yet he only has a 6 target prop, which is second highest on the team. Now, sure, there's definitely scenarios where maybe Brandon Ayuk gets 9 targets and only 4 receptions, and maybe Deebo gets 5 targets and 5 receptions. Deebo does run a lot of shorter routes, so Deebo typically is able to rack up a lot of receptions. But I definitely think if he gets 4 or 5 receptions, which is where his line is put at, he should have a very good chance of getting 6 targets as well. If you look at Deebo's game log last season, when he had at least 4 receptions, in games with at least 4 receptions last season, he had 4, 4, 7, 12, 7, 6, 9, 12, 9, and 9 targets. So nearly every game last season with 4 receptions, he had at least 6 targets. There was only 2 games where he had 4 receptions and also had 4 targets. But if you look at games with at least 5 receptions last season, 7, 6, 9, 12, 9, and 9 targets. Deebo did lead the team in target share last season, 27.5% when you factor in when the whole team was healthy. So when Kittle was healthy, when Ayuk was healthy, when CMC was healthy, when everyone was healthy for the 49ers, Deebo still led the team with a 27.5% target share. He is going to get volume in this offense. Also, this matchup against the Jets, definitely not the best. I mean, the Jets, they're a good defense. They've got a very good secondary, probably one of the best secondaries in the NFL. So I would not be surprised if you do see Brock Purdy be a little bit more inefficient in this matchup. Definitely think you could see Brock Purdy, not completing as many passes. But when we're taking a targets prop, we don't care if Deebo catches the pass or not. We just want him to get targeted, and I think that's definitely what we're going to see in this matchup. Also, Deebo is a wide receiver that can move all around the field. He typically doesn't play on one side of the field or the other. He can play in the slot. Hell, they can line him up at in the backfield at times. Whereas Brandon Ayuk, he typically plays on the outside primarily. And I think Brandon Ayuk is more likely to see Sauce Gardner. I think Sauce Gardner, if he's going to shadow anyone in this matchup, he's probably going to shadow Ayuk just because Ayuk typically plays on the outside, which is where Sauce Gardner typically plays. So because Deebo can move all around the field, he should be able to avoid some of those top corners for the Jets. So I definitely think you could see Deebo getting a little bit more volume in this matchup. I do like him for more than 6 targets here. If you want to take Deebo for more than 4.5 receptions, I honestly don't mind that either. But like I said, if Deebo gets 5 receptions, he should very likely get 6 targets as well. And there's definitely scenarios where he doesn't get 4 or 5 receptions, but still gets 6+ targets. So favorite prop for tonight for sure on the 49ers side, at least right now, is definitely Deebo Samuel for more than 6 targets. So these are the 2 props, guys, that we're going to roll with for Monday Night Football for Week 1, Jets and 49ers. Pretty interesting game on Monday night. I'm excited for this one. If you guys are going to be tailing me with these 2 plays, let's try and hit both these plays today. Let's see if we can have a better finish to Week 1 than we had to start, because Week 1 definitely started off poorly. Did not have a great start. Sunday was a disaster for me. Got a win on Thursday Night Football, but Friday night did not go well. Sunday was a disaster. Let's try and close it out on a positive note here with a game on Monday night. Got you guys 2 props. Let's try and hit both these plays. So again, guys, appreciate you watching. Make sure to hit that like button down below if you enjoy these Prizepicks videos. And again, hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. Also, if you don't have an account on Prizepicks, use that promo code NOAH. When you sign up, place your first lineup, you'll instantly get $50 in promo funds added to your account when you use that promo code NOAH. But good luck tonight, guys. Thanks for watching as always. We'll see you guys in the next video.